There are 35,000 bakers or boulangeries in France, collectively producing over 27 million baguettes every day. And although there are all sorts of variations, walnut seeded with fruit, the traditional baguette remains the most popular. It's the most basic of breads in its simplest of forms. Extremely traditional, symbolic, you could say it's almost iconic. You leave the boulangerie with the bread under your arm and break off a bit to eat. The 18th Grand Prix de la Baguette de la Ville de Paris was held in the capital on May the 2nd. A jury composed of 15 or so professionals, web users, journalists and artists was tasked with tasting and classifying the 144 baguettes selected for the competition.
I'm measuring the two baguettes. They have to be between 55 and 70 centimeters long. Perfect. The first one meets our criteria and the second one too. Then we have to check the weight, which must be between 240 and 310 grams. The first is fine, second one too, so they are both qualified to compete.
Throughout the tasting process, the judges rate the baguettes according to 5 criteria: appearance, the quality of baking, the texture of the crumb, taste and aroma. We can smell both the flour and the yeast. It all blends together during baking, giving it a particular flavour. It can't not taste like a baguette. Sometimes we have tasteless baguettes and there should be flavour. The winner of the competition will have the privilege of becoming official supplier to the Élysée Palace for 1 year. Hello, is this the Mauvier Boulangerie? I just wanted to tell you that you are the winner of the Grand Prix de la Baguette. Congratulations. The prize is presented during France's Bread Festival, which is held from May 14th to 20th. This year's 17th edition will be honouring women with Réunion Island as guest. And in Paris, this national gastronomic pride is being celebrated around the square in front of Notre Dame Cathedral.
A few years ago, it was more or less half and half, an equal proportion of men and women. But the women were in the shops only. They're gradually moving more into the manufacturing side of things, with the same diplomas and training as the men.
This trend is observed at the Paris Bakery and Patisserie School and is a little more noticeable every year, particularly with people going about a change in career.
In the groups, we have gone up 50%, so 6 women in a group of 12. It used to be a very tough trade, but has become much easier. You don't have to lift heavy bags anymore. There are machines to do that. Women are more meticulous. They pay more attention to detail, are more precise.
Dozens of people come to the school, which was founded by the Grand Moulin de Paris in 1929, to learn a new trade, to change their lives and set up shop on their own. This is the case for Celine, a former personal assistant in the hotel business. I'm aiming to start my own business within the next 12 months. I think there is a lack of women, and women will bring a bit more creativity to the trade, even on a managerial level. We're no longer just the baker's wife or the shop assistant. More and more foreigners now want to learn about baking the French way. They come here for accelerated training and then take their newfound knowledge back home.
We have between 130 and 140 Japanese students each year, most of them women, and a few hundred American students from universities like Stanford or Chicago. This interest from foreign students obviously reflects a global interest in French culture, in France's food culture.
During her time at the school, Kirsten Lakander discovered she had a real passion for French baking. She's Swedish and for the past 2 years has been running a well-known boulangerie in Paris's 17th arrondissement, where she cooks up a tasty mix of cultures. This is a real French boulangerie. We make all the traditional French breads, but I am Swedish and so I add a Swedish touch. I incorporate ideas from Scandinavia, but always use French methods. This blend of styles can be found in one of her most popular breads, the ficelle, which she makes using wheat, bread starter and rye. It used to be impossible to grow wheat in the north of Sweden. We have a very, very short summer, and that's why we make a lot of rye bread. She dusts the ficelle with caraway seeds, a spice found in Asia and North Africa, and then puts them in the oven. There we go. Whether it's blending cultures or in pure French tradition, these bakers' shops or boulangerie-patisserie are the #1 food retailing establishments in France.